Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm just goofing around with making torches, very simple ones, just taking like 5 minutes to make them. And I'm just going to show you one here that I've just kind of just put one together just to see how long it would burn with certain materials. On the inside, I have uh, some sheets of paper from a phone book, an old phone book. And around that, I have some semi-dried grass. Some of it is dried more than others, but just a little bit of grass. And then I have some small branches with pine needles on it that have been drying out for about a year now. And I have that kind of enmeshed with a little bit of wood, little strips of wood, very dried out wood. Some of the wood is over 2 years old. That's been just sitting around. So some of it's almost dry rot. And so that's all held together with these little twist ties, those little wired twist ties that you find on different packages that you get, at the grocery store or whatnot. Um, I had some of those laying around. And so at the end of the video, I'm going to talk more about what would be the more ideal way to kind of keep all this together, because you'll see through this video, the material will start to shift. And that was kind of part of the experiment. As you can tell, I'm not really that experienced with making torches. I've made a few, but in the past, but I don't really typically do that because I have usually a campfire, a lantern, or other things, and I just don't typically find myself in the need to make torches. But it is real fun, and you'll find some really experienced people on the web that can do a really good job. So you may want to check them out more. But I have learned some things that I think would be valuable, at least in my opinion, to pass on to you. And so you can see that it did take a few tries to get the paper and the pine cone needles to kind of catch. But once they did, they really did pretty well. And it kind of stays more, well, the fire stays more isolated on one side, and then it kind of burns over. So when I move a little bit, it may look like the fire is going out or the fire isn't intense, but it is on the other side. It's kind of on the back side of where I'm filming is where the fire really is. There was some smoke throughout this process, but not a tremendous. You could possibly use this, definitely pine cones and pine needles to smoke an area. But this was kind of just to see how bright I could get it. And I didn't want to do this in complete darkness. Just because of where I'm at, there's a lot of dried material on the ground, leaves and other stuff that I just, in case there was a fire, it would be really bad to be in the middle of the dark trying to put it out. So this is about an hour before the sun sets. So I do have a fire extinguisher and a bucket of water just in case. Now, as you can see here, once the paper and the pine needles catch, they're starting to really catch also on the pine cones that I kind of push down in there. I only put like 3 pine cones in this, and the pine cones that I put in there had very little bit of sap. They weren't that heavy on the sap. So I'm just kind of coming in and out of a frame here, just kind of zooming in and out, just to give you an idea. I kind of had this piece of wood, it's like a stick that I just kind of wrapped this stuff on, once again with some twist ties and some, believe it or not, just dental floss, which is really not a good material. That's all I had immediately in front of me. It burned, the fire burned for just a little, around 4 minutes or so, and it went out just shortly after I stopped filming there. Basically, it just kind of ran out of material to burn, and the stuff got so loose with the wrapping material, it just kind of fell through. And so I found this wire moments later after I had this torch put together. It's some old fence wire, and it's pretty heavy gauge. Now, this would be really ideal. Now, any wire would be better than just using like dental floss and like jute twine. But yeah, so those are just some ideas here. Give it a whirl. Have fun. I'll catch you later.